Nancy Woodrum was a 62-year-old widow who lived alone. She operated a hair salon and an Airbnb that she named Paradise Ranch because she had the hope of being in paradise on earth. But an earthly paradise is not a hope mentioned in the Bible, but a hope fabricated by the Jehovah's Witnesses as a carrot on a stick to keep people coming to their meetings and dropping dough in the donation boxes. Yes, Nancy was a devout Jehovah's Witness. Nancy Woodrum had hired a painter to paint her deck during the week leading up to her disappearance, and he was finally caught and convicted of murdering Nancy. Nancy was friendly to him, and he thought she was flirting with him. Nancy Guthrie was a widow with a famous TV daughter, Savannah Guthrie, host of the Today Show. She went missing on February 1st and has not yet been found. Both Nancy Woodrum and Nancy Guthrie had husbands who died unexpectedly of a heart attack, leaving them widows that never remarried, which is highly unusual for such active women in their churches. Or is it to just paint a pristine picture of women who are victims of a crime so the public will have sympathy for them for publicity purposes? Now the family can be famous and write books. With Nancy Guthrie, her daughter Savannah is already famous, and the disappearance of her mom has already boosted ratings for the Today Show, where she is the co-host and head honcho of their news team. Both Nancys went missing when they were supposed to show up for a religious meeting, and in both cases, the daughter was called to check on the missing women, resulting in a 911 call to police to investigate. Nancy Guthrie missed a TV viewing of a Sunday church service, and Nancy Woodrum missed a Bible study meeting on Saturday, May 5, 2018. Normally the Jehovah's Witnesses only have a meeting for the field ministry on Saturday, so it's not clear what this Bible study was supposed to be with their regular public meeting held on Sunday. So, both Nancys went missing, and it was the same scenario. They don't show up to a church meeting when expected, the daughter is notified, 911 is called, there was no forced entry, nothing was apparently taken from the house, and there was blood inside the house and leading outside. A 40-minute time period is suggested in both cases. Nancy Woodrum's killer took 40 minutes inside the house and murdered Nancy. Nancy Guthrie's intruder was allegedly in her house for 40 minutes. But get this, Nancy Woodrum was shunning her own son who left the Jehovah's Witnesses. Oh, but Mom Nancy was texting her son before her disappearance because Mom was still preaching, because they are programmed to keep shilling for the society. How interesting that her son refused to assist the police in the investigation of his mother's disappearance. So many Jehovah's Witnesses have broken families. Parents who shun their children. Adult children who refuse to forgive their indoctrinated JW parents. Interesting that the devout Jehovah's Witness Nancy Woodrum had no brothers from the Kingdom Hall helping her with renovating the rental house. It could be rented out for weddings. It was not just an Airbnb. But gee, no responsible Jehovah's Witness men helped the widow Nancy Woodrum? No protection from these Jehovah's Witnesses. Just leave things in Jehovah's hands and maybe he will help find the remains of Nancy Guthrie too, or whichever God she served.